The second part of our jFlickrFeed plugin is the item template. Now, the item template essentially allows us to, well, it allows us some control over what the not the results we get, because that's what the query does, but we could size these things a bit differently. We could give, this is the picture that comes up, but we could actually go to a different place, not a different place, but at least a different size image, as well as it allows us to display in the alt attribute. This one just has the title and actually the publish date right here, but we could even add more stuff. So let's look at what our options are. So if we start with, let's start right here with what we got by default in our basic use one. It says href equals, and it says image underscore b, and then it says image source is image underscore s. So in a link, just in any link, basically the href is when you click on it where it's going to go, and the image source is obviously what's appearing on the page. So well, let's see what exactly that's referring to. If we go back to the documentation, to the plugins documentation, it says, okay, so it gives a little brief intro, what I just said, and it said, let's just see, the tags, let's see, the tags that are available depend on what Flickr returns for each item. For the public photos, these are title, link, data. Okay, so this is referring to the alt tags over here, the portion. Now, this in the example we got online, all it has is the title. You may want to put some more stuff, potentially. I don't know, the date taken would be one, maybe a link to it, and these are all just going in the alt section of the link. So let me just do. So we already have the title for sure. So let's do date taken, just so I can at least show you how to add that. If you go back to your jQuery file or your JavaScript file, right here at the item template, you go where it says item source equals, and in between the double quotes you add a space, and it's not in between the double braces over here, just to be clear. You could add that other attribute that's available. Now this isn't complete, right? Date taken is one, but I need to put double curly braces on each side. Oops, wait, hang on, sorry, that's in the wrong area. Here we go. I need to put that in the alt section. Alright, so now when I go back, I should be able to, let me preview my page, and I'm going to go to image and display alt. Okay, and now you see that my alt equals not only the title of the photo, but it also gives me the publish date of it. So, or rather the date taken. Great. Anyway, the more stuff, all the options that you have are actually listed right here. So you could add whatever you want. You just add any of these things between the commas in there, in the double braces, and it's going to return that in your alt tag. But even more interesting, besides just adding stuff to the alt tag, is what you could do with the actual image link you have and the image source, and that's what pops up. Now if you keep on, let's see, if we look here, it says, okay, for the image property, the plugin uses the Flickr URL scheme to make several sizes available. You can read about this at this link, and it says the image tags available are image underscore s, image underscore t, underscore m, just image, and b. So that's what's happening here. Now let me explain to you. Basically, the image that's showing up in the source is the image underscore s, whereas the link is image underscore b. The underscore s is for small, and the underscore b is for big. And actually, I know that because when I go to the Flickr page, it has the information. Okay, here we go. It tells you some stuff. We could just ignore that URL up top over there. And under size suffix, here's what it tells you exactly what those sizes are. Now, a little frustrating because S is the only one that's a perfect square and aligns nicely. If you use the underscore T, underscore M, or any of these other ones, it's just 640 on the longest side. So actually, let me show you what happens if I change it. Oh, so just so you know, there we go, B, not big, it means large, but you saw that's why that when you click on it, it'll go to a big photo. Here's, you know what, let me actually show you exactly what I mean. So this is the underscore S that's showing up, right? The image underscore S, and when you click on it, it's underscore B. And let's look at the URL real quick. It's just adding the underscore S or B over here, because what do you think will happen if I change this to an S? Yeah, exactly. So that's how it's pulling it. You see how the URL is really what's affecting what one comes out. So if I were to go back here and let's flip these around. I'll change the image that shows up that I click to is the small one, and the other image is the big one. And what happens? Let me. Okay. Now you see, now I'm just getting these huge pictures on my page. Totally not what I want. But you see that's how you could actually change their size. Alright, back to small. Okay, that's cool. And now I go back to this B for big. I wonder if I just take out the underscore altogether. There you go. It's kind of... Anyway, you know what's important to note is that there's a little discrepancy. It says here, it says the image tags that are available, keep an eye on this, it says the image tags available are underscore S, T, M, just plain, underscore B. But if you look at the Flickr API information, there's a couple of other ones too. So not actually all of them work. So keep that in mind. Oh, let me also show you that when you use one of these other ones besides the small, you don't get the greatest results, because you see now they're actually not all the same dimensions, so they don't really sit nice. If you're creative and you find a way to display these that looks good, then that's cool, but I think at least for what I want, I like the perfect squares, so I'm going to keep them that way. Now, it's worth your while to look and see what other potential options you may have are available. And you know what? Maybe the author of the plugin forgot to mention something that works or doesn't work. So if you kind of keep on playing around with this, you may get, you know, some unique results or something that's a little more tailored to your specific implementation.